Hi there and welcome to Roth Aggie Reviews. I'm Kobe. Today we're going to be reviewing a French film from 2001. It's called Amelie. And this film is a very interesting film to kind of review, and also even before the process of reviewing, it's also an interesting film to kind of decide what genre it is. I'm pretty sure when the film was released, or not released but when it was being made, the people who were making it were thinking, okay, so what should we, what kind of genre should it be labeled as? And I say it's got three kind of genres. It's got comedy, drama, and mystery. Now, those three are brilliant, a brilliant combination, because they have a lot of things that evoke certain particular emotions from people when they watch the film, and it obviously implies an awesome plot, a plot that probably would have a lot of suspense, a lot of comedy, a lot of laughing jokes, and as drama, a lot of stakes and emotional upheavals and tear-jerking moment. So let's talk about Amelie. The movie is about a story of a girl who's essentially tried to help people out. She's trying to help people out, I should rather say. And while she's doing that, she meets an eclectic couple people that really show her that all of the things that she's helping them out with are all somehow connected. And this leads to the bigger question, which is, are there more, right? So, I should be more clear. Amelie is basically a film about a girl helping out others. Why is she helping out others? Well, there's a couple of theories, but really the most concrete one is that she likes it, and that's what makes her a likable character and ultimately the heroine of the story, because her motivation, her joy, the thing that brings her most happiness is helping out people. And some other people in other films that are trying to help out others and rescue others, they just sort of, do it for money, or they do it for fame, or they do it to, win someone's, love at the end, But no, with Amelie, she's doing it just for the sake of helping others out. So already there, we have a really good story. And the way the story unfolds is great. It's not slow, and it's very visual based. It's cinematographers, future cinematographers, people who are learning cinematography, you would all love this. This is really, really, really big on cinematography. The colors are great. The architecture, the buildings of Paris are great to begin with, and on film, when done well, even when they're not done well, but when they are done well, which is the case in this film, whoa, splendid, beautiful architecture. And the way the streets are filmed, and the characters, how they're walking around, and the costumes, the makeup, the zooms in and zoom outs, and the kind of side plot lines, and the character, their personalities and their eccentricities and things like that. They're really, really. I wouldn't even use the word interesting, because the word interesting doesn't come close to cover it. And I think there's another layer to it. I think it's fascinating, very fascinating, but also in a way kind of motivating. Some of these characters are people that a lot of people can relate to because of the struggles they have, and ultimately because of the successes they have, which within by itself, the successes reach the audience, and the audience might come out of the theater or movie saying, wow, I can do it. So yeah, the characters are very authentic. You really feel the strength coming from them, and you really see how Amelie's helping them out and how much of an effort she makes. The big film in this movie is the art aspect. It really feels like you're watching a museum movie, like a movie that has pieces of museum exhibits all sort of collided, not collided, but taped together to almost like a dynamic collage. It really feels like that. It's not so vibrant and expressive that that throws you off. It actually is the opposite. It kind of draws you in, and it's not that it draws you in slowly and kind of in a patronizing way. It's kind of like this is slowly, this is this is that. It's great because there's an element of of really of a natural to it. It's natural, but it's art, and it's creative, and which is great, because that means everybody can enjoy it. It's not got that kind of overwhelming, surreal, macabre feel to it that some other movies that some people confuse with these movies. No, I wouldn't say that. This movie, I would say, is a typical blockbuster film. I mean, it's foreign. It definitely did well. It's a film that received a lot of good thumbs up and successful reviews, and good ratings. And the movie, I feel, is strong with the script. I mean, the subtitles. I don't speak French, but the subtitles really show a great script. The acting is great, and the way the actors relate to each other, the way they talk to each other, the way they ultimately persevere through the challenges of the films with each other shows the strength of the story. This film is unusual because even though it really deals with the kind of creative aspects and cinematography fueled beauty and talent. Yes, that is common to this channel, but a lot of the other things in this channel, reviews of movies, that is, will have kind of darker films, or films that don't really have always the happiest endings, films that are have ambiguous endings, movies that are quite shocking and disturbing. But there's going to be a variety, and a variety at times, variety not at times. I do feel that a lot of foreign films are not known, and I don't know why that is. They are sometimes swept under the rug as if they are some sort of, Scrooge on the film industry, or the movie world. And I don't know what the reason for that is. I mean, some people will have all kinds of conspiracy theories. I personally think it's because people can't relate to it. And if a person has got so many things to do in their life, they want to stick with one movie, which is the movie type they've all grown up with. And I can understand that. But if you really want to understand films and you really want to learn about movies, then again you got to really reach out for all kinds of films from other countries, so foreign films. But not only that, films from different centuries. From different decades. Black and white films, experimental films, guerrilla, films. There's a lot of films, and if you're watching this channel, you probably are curious about all kinds of films. So I say you explore all of them. And will all of them, please you? Will all of them make you like it? Most likely not. So I say you go in there, even if you're skeptical, but go in there, because you never know. Sometimes when you're going into a movie and you're most skeptical, that's when you have the most greatest of surprises, a pleasant surprise that makes you think, this movie is great, and good thing I tried it. It's like going to a party. Sometimes you go to a party and you say, oh man, this is going to be such a good party, and then you go in there and it just turns out to be crap. And then other times you go to a party and it's like, I don't want to go, man, it's going to be bad, I don't feel good, I feel insecure, I'm shy, and boom, you meet a girlfriend or something, and you're like, wow. The same thing happens with films. I think the same thing happens with anything in life. So, really worth trying out. A lot of films out there, and, just a list of films that I'll give right now that I think are kind of like Amelie, are movies like Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind with Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey. That's a kind of good film. It's a really good film, and I feel that kind of film can get you ready for a film like this, especially if you're new to subtitles. Let's see, other films like, Amelie or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There's a bunch of films like that. I mean, if you type in Google films like, Amelie, or films like The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, then you probably can find them. So yeah, do a Google search, do a, internet search, and you probably will get them. Anyways, I hope you like this review. It's kind of short because I feel that this movie has been reviewed many times, and I want to just keep it short and most likely encouraging you to watch this, because it's a movie worth checking out for many reasons, as I mentioned before. As always, thanks for watching, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.